Hello, you masturbatory maggots. Jim Sterling here, and this is Fox N Forest's Prototype. This is a prototype demo version. It was put together rather quickly for, well, this. I believe only me and some dude in Germany had a copy for video coverage. I got one because I first covered this game on Greenlight Good Stuff, the series that I run on this channel, where I look at promising Greenlight games. This one jumped out to me for a number of reasons, which will become apparent as we play. Let's just play. So I actually contributed to the Kickstarter myself, disclosure, etc., because I just generally, you know, I'm into the idea of the game that much. I like it because, first of all, it's got an anthropomorphic fox with a crossbow, and crossbows are awesome, and foxes aren't bad either. It's got this really nice, dense Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo look to it. A lot of indie devs will go for a retro style, which will either be some nondescript pixel-looking thing, or they'll do something like the NES, you know, very simple, very simplified kind of thing. Sorry if there was a little audio skip there, I had to briefly pause what I was saying to check something. Anyway, I'm going to show off a little mechanic that the game has. This is its sort of gameplay gimmick, a changing of the seasons. So we've changed it from summer to autumn, or fall, for our American viewers, and that made the mushroom go big. It changes some of the details, very similar to, oh, move out of their way there, similar to moving in the past and the future in Sonic Boom. Or I guess it would be the present and the past, or the future, depending on your perspective. Anyway, fuck all that. I change, if you look at the top, the crossbow bolts next to the hearts, press the button there, you change between different types of crossbow bolts. For this, we need to be the blue. We need the blue crossbow bolt. And we hit that blue gem-looking thing, and it gives us a platform that we will eventually hit. I don't want to go there just yet. Let's change our bolt. The red one is rapid fire. Now, one thing the game needs to fix, if I'm going to be critical, which I will be because that's my job, the jumping. For the most part, it's fine, but for things like this, it's a little fiddly. There we go. Right, we made it in the end. Now, I can see crossbow bolts up in the tree there, but because I have played this, I already know there's a fucking... They were sly here. There is a monster in that tree that you can't see, and I'm gonna try and get... You see, I'm taking fucking damage here. Okay. The coin sounds tend to signify that you've killed something. There's something of a Castlevania vibe I get from this as well as sort of a Sega Genesis mascot type thing. Get up, get up. There we go. Press down near the chests. The music makes me think of Castlevania. It might just be because I've been playing Dawn of Sorrow on the DS, which was very kindly gifted to me off my old wish list by, I think it was James who did that. I'm sorry if it wasn't. I'm terrible with names. But, there we go. Make big mushroom to go up here, hit a guy, get more bolts. That's how that works. But yeah, the falling coins off the enemies, very similar to Dawn of Sorrow especially. And the music is very good, but in this particular prototype version, it's just that one track repeated over and over again. I mean, at least it's not going dun, 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 because we all know how maddening that can be. No, instead, it is a very nice piece that they just, again, I have to point out that this was a hastily put together prototype, so there's certainly missing things, there's bugs and glitches and things, the developer's aware of a lot of the issues. Oh, you're not going to let me, there you go. Right, come on, back up, prick. There we go. Gotta be careful there. Zip line, which you can also jump backwards up on, just in case you miss something, like if I missed that pot just there. So that's fun. Hit these fuckers. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. I think I was talking about the fact that there's bugs and glitches, some of which the developers seem well aware of. They had a little fact sheet warning me about some of the things. There's some collision detection issues, like when I was changing seasons, I don't think I'm supposed to fall through those mushroom platforms like I was. So there is stuff that they're gonna fix, because this is very early days. For example, I don't think this secret passage here will be telegraphed with this, you know, this obvious block that's discoloured from the darker surroundings. It's just something gives me that impression, you know. Anyway, onwards we go, back down the zip wire. Hooey! And hit this big tree fucker. Blip, blip, blip. And I don't quite know how to get the, I don't know if we can fire a crossbow while zip wiring. I know you can't. Nope, you can't. You can't while jumping. I'm doing this and I'm hitting the fire button, but you can only melee attack while jumping with this swishy little circular motion. And I do believe that's the end of this one prototype level here. This just loops. Which, yeah, I guess that's one way to do a demo, is to have it. It's basically endless mode. Now, I'm not going to go all the way over there. Like, it's not reset or anything. This is all still here, like that blue platform. We'll go back to the main menu, because there is another level as well. So, in there we go. So, I do have some criticisms about the game, as I noted earlier. The jumping is the main one. Not only do I get a Castlevania vibe from the music and the coins, but from the fact that our fox friend here jumps like a fucking Belmont. Fucking hell! I had the wrong arrows out. I wanted these arrows. Come on, back up. There, stupid witchy poo tree stump. Got ourselves a pig here. Now, this is the other issue I have, is there's some collision detection with the enemies. We're all right. Sometimes, if I just let him hit me, not with that, but... Oh, I can't even fucking replicate it now. Sometimes the enemies are dealing damage without touching you, which is very frustrating. But there is that issue. If it happens naturally during the gameplay, I'll point it out. But I spent a lot of health there trying to replicate that. Anyway, the seasons here are spring and winter. Or, well, I guess summer and winter. Oh, shit. That didn't go how I wanted it to go. What the fuck? No. There. Sorry, I was holding the fucking season change button down a bit too much, I think. Oh, shit, we gotta run. Those are bees. The beehive freezes during the winter, and obviously you do not want to go touching a beehive during the summer. So there's little things like that, you know. We do that again. Frozen, you can walk past there, no issue. Get across water and all that stuff. Once it runs out, we can see these leaves here, and now platforms. I may fall through some of those leaves. That's another prototype issue with the game. Some of these leaves, the collision detection is off. Sometimes you need to change seasons and then change it back again in order to get them to work. Which, of course, is stuff that the developer's going to iron out when it's in a more complete state. Hopefully with another soundtrack, or an expanded soundtrack, I should say, because as much as I like this main tune here, I've been listening to it a lot today, as I've had a fair few recording issues, and it's kind of driving me to the point of breaking now. As lovely as it is. Bloop. There we go. We'll have to wait for that to go. And back we go. Ah, there we go. You see, there's the no, is that the collision thing? No. Sorry, I forgot it was the Fox's fairly crummy jumping there. I know in the video I recorded earlier, there was moments when he was just going through all of these things, all of these leafy branches as if it was still winter. So to change it to winter and back again. That's not... Oh, fuck. Went through there. Did I just take damage there off that bastard? I hate those tree stump witchy poos. I mean, I'm calling them witchy poos. They seem fairly witch-like to me. There we go. All those lovely coins. Now, I see there's a beehive thingy down there. See what we can do about that. There we go. Let me get that. Quickly before I... There we go. Phew! Alright. Did a thing! I didn't do that last time I played. I didn't go down there and get that seed or whatever it is. Look at that. That's some skill right there. Okay. Bash. A bash. Those whip ones are a real pain in the ass. And that's about it for the demo. This one, unlike the other, doesn't loop. I kind of come here and I can't get to the end. I mean, I see stuff up there, but to date I've not been able to... This is all blocked off. Wait for it to run out. To date I've not been able to get up there. If there is a way, I do not currently know. There seems to be no climbing or anything. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's it. But anyway, that's Fox and Forests, the little demo version anyway. Like I said, it's like, I don't know what they'd call it, like maybe not even pre-alpha, because they made this specifically for, you know, just showing off how it works, basically, I think. I need to reread the sheet they gave me that I didn't do a good job of reading in the first place. But anyway, as someone who has obviously got a bit of personal pride invested in this because I recommended it wholeheartedly on Greenlight Good Stuff, and as someone who put some money into it on Kickstarter, obviously my opinion is coloured by a bit of that, so that's why we disclose things, but I'm not unimpressed. I like it so far. I have enjoyed what I played. Once the issues that are known about are tightened up, I think that'll be a lot of fun. On a personal note, I'd love to see the jumping maybe improved, or at least the platforms, you know, not as spaced apart, one or the other. Preferably I'd like the jumping. I don't like a jump mechanic that feels a bit, you know, a bit held back. And some of the enemy collision detection can be a little bit wonky. There were times on the last video, not so much on this one. On this one, a lot of the damage I took was legit, but in the last one, there were times where I was like, well, I'm clearly not touching that enemy who's not even facing me, and yet I'm taking damage. So some of that could stand to be tightened up a bit. But other than those two main criticisms, everything else is a factor of them just needing the actual development time and the polish and everything. Looks nice. You know, I love that dense Genesis feel that really you don't see in a lot of games. And yeah, I liked it. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll put a link to the Kickstarter in the thing while it's in its last few hours, just in case you really, really like the look of it and want to kick some bucks their way. But otherwise, I'm off and I'll see you later. Bye.